Hello, we're here with Blythe Masters, former CEO of Digital Asset, and her daughter, Honor. Blythe, I'd love to ask you one question first. When we think about our trajectory and kind of really reflect on, what really got us to where we are and kind of us as individuals today, there's usually a couple of moments that really help, define who we are. What are these for you?
I'll give you an example of one such moment. It reflects something that I have lived by as something of a mantra during the course of my career and to an extent my personal life as well. I tend to rise to the occasion when I feel challenged about something and feel the fear associated with doing that thing or not doing that thing, and then proceed to do it anyway. So an example is what occurred after what was a career of approaching 30 years, let's call it between 25 and 30 years at JP Morgan. I had to decide what to do next, and I had the option to remain at the company or to not. And it wasn't really until I came to the conclusion and realized that I was actually afraid of leaving JP Morgan because I wasn't sure that I could be successful somewhere that wasn't within the fabric of this gigantic, amazing company that, in a sense, provided a safety net. And so I took the plunge. That was about 4 or 5 years ago, in the stage where I began what ultimately became the search for a digital asset.
There is a sense as well that women have to work harder, longer, better, and really strive to over-deliver to be regarded or as well regarded as men. I'd love to actually also bring you, Honor, into that conversation, but it would be interesting to hear from you if you connect with that thought.
I think my mom has always obviously provided an incredible example, and so I've almost been a tiny bit blinded from the fact that women can't do certain things just because of who they are. And whether or not you have a child, whether or not you have other responsibilities, it shouldn't ever stop you from doing the things that you dream of doing. I certainly noticed it at some points in my career, whether that be in finance or in technology. There are sort of barriers to entry, whether it be from a social perspective. You come to some of these events and they're all 90% men, and you have to obviously break in certain ways. And it's certainly been immensely helpful to have my mom as a mentor and as a friend throughout.
There is a lot of conversation around diversity, but I wonder to what extent what deserves also a much higher focus, perhaps, is also the piece around inclusion.
Well, the industry that I'm in now, I think, luckily does a really good job of making sure that there is a lot of inclusion, especially for women. Every other night there's an event on women in blockchain.
It's probably worth mentioning that Honor works for a startup investment management firm with a particular focus on crypto, amongst other alternative assets. And I would say perhaps, what you're reflecting is that it's a younger,
Yes.
generationally a younger environment. The way I think about diversity is that it's a metric for something else. What you actually want is an environment in which you're able to get the most out of your people.
So thank you. It was really a pleasure having you both. I know it's a topic that is very close to your heart, so thank you. And as I said, it was really nice to meet you as well.